Hi, welcome everyone. Happy New Year. I am Kola, co founder of Sublime Trading. We specialize in helping high salary earners and CEOs get consistent returns in the stock market using a simple trend following strategy in just 60 minutes a week. Hope you're all having a great start to the new year, and hopefully we see some good profits on in our accounts this year. Hopefully we wanted to see a Santa Claus rally, didn't quite happen, but sometimes when the market is delayed, when the trends are delayed, we usually tend to see a strong moves at the start of the year. We have a look at the forex market, specifically the US dollar Japanese yen, because I've been focusing on that the past week. The last stream on the US dollar Japanese yen was on December 30th. So let's have a look and this asset is performing. So I'm going to minimize my. So if we look at this free screen setup, the top left hand chart is the monthly time frame, the top right hand chart is the weekly time frame, and the chart here along the bottom is the daily time frame. So let's just get a recap of what's happening on all three. Candle not as large as the candle we only trading day or two into the month and already seen a small bearish candle in play. But remember, with start of the March, start of the year, this candle is likely to change by the end of January. On the weekly time frame, the bars are currently red and trading below the 50 simple moving average, but finding support now at 130, the 130 round number. If I just zoom out. And if we look at the daily time frame, the bottom chart, we can see that the bars are currently red and prices below the 20, 50 and 200 simple moving averages. So if I just go back to the monthly and if I just zoom right out, we can see that there aren't any major levels of support holding price up. So here, price is just in between. We have this level here. This goes back to 2002. So we don't want to. We can disregard that because it's we expect price to come to if we continue to see moves to the downside. So this level is at 125.82, and that's from the high of June 2015. So if price does come down to this level, we may see support around this region here. And on the weekly time frame, price, as I mentioned, below the 50 simple moving average. And we see this low here from August 2022. So price is currently at this area of support. If I just let's look at that support line from this low. Remember, this is today's candle. It hasn't yet closed, so this candle may change by the trade end of business. But at the moment, it's forming an indecision candle. So we have this level of support from August 2022, and price came down, had a big bearish candle here on December 20th, and price didn't quite reach this point. Found support around this zone. Remember, support and resistance can be zonal areas. So found support around this zone and bounced up, and the last analysis was on December 30th, so this candle here, and I did mention that there was a 1% move decline. So the candle was around this point at the time of the analysis. As you can see, prices declined towards the rest of the trade. That trading day on December 30th, we saw further bearish moves, and also on January the 2nd, we saw bearish moves again. And today, the day this start of week, we did see price trade below this level of support, but may not close. This is why we always want to focus on the closing candle, because during the trading day, price could do anything. The buyers could push price up, the sellers can push price down, but where price close will determine who wins the battle for the day. So as we approach the end of the trading day, the buyers have now moved price back above this level, and if it closes above this level, this reinforces this as being a strong level of break and close. Remember, not just a break, but a break and close below this level of support, and a break and or a break and close above resistance. So right now, if you look at the bar for January 2nd, we had a bearish move. I'll have to zoom in because it's very difficult to see whether price broke and closed. But what's important is that this is not a clear, even if it did break this level of support by a few pips, price did not break it clearly. We want to see a nice, strong, clear break and close. If we have to zoom in just to see where price closes, that means it's not a strong breakout candle. So right now this is holding as support, and we're now anticipating a bounce from this area. If you were basing your decision on intraday data, so some investors may have just shorted the market when we had a breakdown here, but we wait for a break and close before we even consider shorting. So by waiting for that break and close, we can prevent ourselves from actually entering the position, which may just be a fake breakout. So let's see how the candle closes by the end of the trading day. If it closes above support, then we're likely to see a bounce. If it closes below support, then we're likely to see further moves to the downside. But as for now, this area of support appears to be holding. If we see a move to the upside and a break above this level, then we will start to get ready for long opportunities. I hope that's gives you a clear picture of what's happening with the US dollar gent. Just by waiting patiently, we will position ourselves at the T when price actually determines if it's going to either move to the upside or move to the downside. Just going to see if there are any questions based on so yeah, that's the overview of the US dollar. So the determining factor would be we will sell below support, but we want to wait for a break and close, or we will buy above resistance, but not straight away. We still need other verification. Let's have a quick look at the December closed below this major level of support, and this is the PIV. We call this a monthly PIV 9 level at $103. And if I just draw in this consolidation zonal area, so price came back inside this consolidation zone. We can see where previously price was moving up and down between resistance and support, and we had a retest of this area of support, and so far this year price has now moved back out of consolidation, which is what we want to see. We want to see a quick reversal back out of consolidation to give us an indication whether this is going to hold as support. It appears so at the moment. We're anticipating a bounce from support, and if you look what the potential is for long opportunities, price may come all the way up to this high from September, $114 and beyond. So we want to position ourselves now, and also note that if the US dollar moves up, the US dollar Japanese yen is also likely to move up because they are both correlated. On the weekly time frame, the bars are red. Price is just below the 50 simple moving average, which is acting as resistance, but this could also be a zonal support area. So we're just waiting to see how price progresses through the rest of the week and going through the rest of January. And on the daily time frame, the bar is currently gray, using the 20 simple moving average as resistance, and also below the 50 and 200 simple moving averages. High is broken. So what this basically tells us is that we were seeing a pattern of lower lows since September 2022. So pattern of lower lows and lower highs, and this down move will be confirmed if this low is broken at $102. But what we may start to see is a pattern of higher highs and higher lows going forward. And the first sign of that would be a break and close above this recent high at $104. Then we want to see price move above the 200 simple moving average, and we want to see the bars turn green. Because if you look at the candles, we have trend filter colors. Green displays bullish behavior, red bearish activity, and also gray color tells us that we are seeing an area of consolidation or a deep decline against the trend. So if the bars turn green above the 200 simple moving average, then that will give us an indication that the bias is bullish, and we're likely to see further moves to the upside. So we've had a look at the US dollar, Japanese yen, and we've had a look at the dollar index. Both of them are holding at support, and if these levels of support continue to hold, we should see strong moves in the market. And the forex market moves really fast, so have these on your watch list, because once the moves take place, it's going to happen very quickly, maybe a few weeks up to a few months, but usually never more than a few months at a time. So you want to really catch those moves when they occur. Let's have a quick to actually go to have a quick look at the chat box. If there are any questions, if you are investing in the forex market and you have any questions, feel free to leave any questions in the chat box. I will have a look at the chat box after every analysis. So let's still in consolidation. So we have this consolidation zone here and just bouncing between resistance at 1.4384 and support at 1.0323. And there's also a support level here, this monthly pivot line at 1.1401, and also another one. This is based off the low from where the crosshair. I'm putting my crosshair at this monthly pivot line, and if you look at where current price is currently at, prices this month has come down to hit this level of support, and we may well see a bounce to the upside. Just above price, although we do have the 1.20 rounds number, so we have support below price and resistance just above price. So we need to see either price clear through support and move further to the downside, or move above the round number and continue to move up. But there is still this wide area of consolidation to consider. But within this wide area, price may still be able to form some trends along the way. So if we have a bounce from support, then we should start to see moves to the upside on the lower time frame. Let's have a look at the weekly. The weekly is displaying a grey candle at the moment, and below the 50 and 200 simple moving averages. And on the daily time frame, the trend filter is currently red, finding support at the 50 simple moving average, and is around the 220 simple moving average. So here from this low, this is the low from September 26. Price has been forming a pattern of higher highs and higher lows. So if you look prior to this low, if you look to the left-hand side of this low, there's been a pattern of lower lows and lower highs. So we always want to wait for a change in the behavior to determine whether we're seeing bullish activity or bearish activity. So once this stopped forming lower lows and lower highs, we can suggest to us that we are starting to see a move to the upside, and also establish that price that support to that monthly time frame. So this is the monthly pivot 9, and that support is at 1.1909. So I'm going to go back to the daily, 1.1909. So around this level here. So today's candle came down, tagged support, and now we're starting to see a bounce from this level. And if this pattern of higher highs and higher lows continues, then we should eventually see a break and close above the high of December 14th at 1.24. The yes in any yes from this down move. So price has moved to the downside. This could be a pullback before we see a continuation to the downside, or by just zooming, this could just be identify breaks and closes above and beyond support, because when price closes beyond resistance or below support, it helps us determine whether price will continue to move in that direction. So right now, price is at support. If we have a break and close above this level, then we may see further moves to the upside. The next level of resistance may well be this round number, the 1.30 round number. Okay, so that's all I really wanted to go through this evening, depending on where you are in the world. I just wanted to cover the US dollar, Japanese yen, and we've also covered the US dollar index, and also had a look at the pound US dollar. So all US dollar related pairs, just to get an overview of what the market is doing. But the index that we look at is the US dollar, because once the US dollar starts to move in any direction, the rest of the forex market is likely to follow suit. So like we do in the stock market, we look at the S&P. If the S&P is going up, the stock market is usually going up, and vice versa. If the S&P is going down, then the stock market is likely to go down. So we use the dollar index the same way as an index to determine. We are suggesting that we cover all markets in our stream. So we cover stocks, commodities, and forex. So right now, the forex market is setting up for potential opportunities. The stock market usually has all-round opportunities. It is. Let's just have a quick look and see what the S&P is doing. I will go through do another stream currently performing. So you can see this zonal area is displaying this area of consolidation to change On the weekly time frame, not too sure why these arrows have popped up here. I need to check that. But the weekly time frame, so from this decline from January, we've seen a mixture of green and red and grey candles displaying areas of consolidation, but price appears to have found a base at the 200 simple moving average, and on the daily time frame, the bars are currently red. Price may have found a support, and we're now just waiting for a break above this resistance level at $4,103. If we have a break and close above this level, then we're likely to see further to go more in depth in the S&P, and also some stocks showing some potential. Yeah, so just gonna have a last glance at the chat box. It's been quiet today. Not much questions, but if you are watching the replay, feel free to type in questions, because we still monitor the chat and we will get back to you on any questions you may have. So feel free to ask away. And we have streams every day, so follow us and make sure you are alerted to all of our streams as soon as they become available. They usually email you if you follow us. And also below the video, there's a link you can also hear. So click the link below the video and look forward to seeing you all on the next live stream. See you all later. And also, which market you are investing in. Usually the stock market, we will see trends throughout the year. So hopefully you are covering all grounds. If you just focus on one market, you're likely to miss real big trends that occur. So make sure that you follow us so you're able to catch opportunities in stocks, forex, and commodities. Okay, take care everyone, and see you all on the next live